Welcome, by Godders, to the Shotgun Throwdown, WVU's best place for sports links, information, sophomoric humor and daily distractions. Football. WV MetroNews West Virginia adds FCS Towson to complete 2022 football schedule. WV MetroNews West Virginia's football schedules are filled for the next 5 seasons after adding Baltimore-based FCS opponent. WV MetroNews In move from K-State to WVU. Seiler goes from very old school to new. WV MetroNewsBlake Seiler spent nearly a decade working at his alma mater for the venerable Bill Snyder. He is in a different world with Neil Brown at West Virginia. Former Mountaineer W.R. Richardson passes away. West Virginia University Athletics. David Richardson, a wide receiver on West Virginia's 1996 Gator and 1997 Carquest Bowl teams, passed away this week. Tom Bragg, football lifer Vic Koenig formed fast bond with new WVU coach Neil Brown. Tom Bragg, WVGazetteMail.com. Vic Koenig was not 100% certain Neil Brown was going to bring him along to Brown's new gig as the head coach of the WVU football team, but he had a hunch he would be tagging along to Morgantown. WVU QB's Coach Reagan all in on winning. West Virginia University Athletics. WVU quarterbacks coach Sean Reagan has a couple of empty chairs in his meeting room that he would like to see occupied in the near future. Brown announces Barnes on football administrative staff. West Virginia University Athletics. WVU football coach Neil Brown has announced the hiring of Coleman Barnes as the Associate Athletics Director for Football External Affairs. WVU football, new assistant Blake Seiler's Big 12 roots run deep. WVU game day. WVGazetteMail.com. When new West Virginia football coach Neil Brown went about assembling his first coaching staff, he was looking for coaches with a variety of traits, one of them being a familiarity with Power 5 football and, more specifically, the Big 12 Conference. Basketball. Davenport Martin helped WVU top Oklahoma State. West Virginia University Athletics. A pair of 20-point performances led the WVU women's basketball team to a 77-54 win over Oklahoma State in Stillwater. WV MetroNews is Derek Culver the Big 12's top freshman? Check out the competition. WV MetroNews Culver sat out the first 10 games, and he plays on a last-place team. Yet the West Virginia forward is becoming a double-double threat. WVU's Smith earns national accolade. UVU guard Madison Smith isn't just the Big 12's top freshman for the second week in a row. She has also been named National Freshman of the Week by the U.S. Basketball Writers Association. WV MetroNews 3 guys before the game. What's the upside? Episode 94. WV MetroNews Nathan Adrian, Brad Howe, and Tony Caridi share their thoughts on Monday's loss. They also discuss how much WVU can improve for next season. Derek Red, pining for the good not sold days of Marshall. WVU basketball. Derek Red, WVGazetteMail.com. Once upon a time, the spotlight shined on Division I basketball in West Virginia. West Virginia Athletics. Mountaineers qualify for NCAA championships. West Virginia University Athletics. WVU walks off Canisius in earliest home game in program history. The smoking mosquito back-and-forth game in freezing temperatures ended on a high note, as the Mountaineers got their record back to .500. Gardner honored by Big 12. West Virginia University Athletics. Redshirt senior Madeline Gardner of the WVU track and field team has been named the Big 12 Track and Field Women's Athlete of the Week. WVU places 29 on academic All-Big 12 team. West Virginia University Athletics. 29 members of the West Virginia men's and women's swimming and diving teams have been named to the 2019 academic All-Big 12 swimming and diving team. Carter presents donation to Norma May Huggins Foundation. A former Mountaineer basketball star is giving back to WVU. Around the Big 12 pre-spring quarterback room rankings. When it comes to quarterback play in college football, no one does it better than the Big 12 Conference. Brown making push for Big 12 boy consideration. The competition is stiff, but K-State senior Barry Brown works his way into the mix for the Big 12 Player of the Year award. Lady Bears win 9th straight Big 12 championship. Baylor Lady Bears continue to roll, win Big 12 for 9th straight time in career night for Kalani Brown. Around the NCAA and North Carolina vs. Duke final score, UNC's big win overshadowed by Zion Williamson's injury. SBNation.com: Tar Heels ran away with a blowout win, as Zion Williamson was injured in the opening minute. Georgia lost the game because a fan threw a stuffed animal on the court. SBNation.com: Georgia fell to 1-12 in the SEC with a crushing loss, on a last-second technical foul after a fan threw a stuffed animal onto the court. Ensuing free throw gave Georgia a 1-point loss to Mississippi State. 4 things about the Auburn vs. Georgia game moving out of November. SBNation.com: As these things go, a scheduling change in the Deep South's oldest rivalry is pretty interesting. All 31 NFL teams that could trade Steelers for Antonio Brown, ranked. SBNation.com: As Antonio Brown inches ever closer to a trade, SB Nation sorts through the teams that could offer the most for him. The 9 biggest, and 3 weirdest sports contracts of all time. SBNation.com: What are the largest sports contracts in history? What were their terms, and is there a bigger contract we all might have forgotten? Steve Spurrier's Orlando AAF team is partially relocating to Georgia, which is weird. SBNation.com: Thanks to Florida's workers' comp laws, Steve Spurrier's team will have to spend half its season practicing in Georgia, even as it bases itself in one Florida city and plays home games in another. Have any tips, suggestions or requests for what you want to see in the Shotgun Throwdown? Don't hesitate to leave a comment below or contact us on social media. Follow us, Twitter, @SmokingMushk, Facebook, The Smoking